I just finished the campaign a little bit ago. And some randoms that carried me. So 5 levels away from level 30. This stream pretty much is gonna be me doing encounters and some side missions. And can these guys get off my freaking objective? To this one. 365 days without it. Not leaving. Just me. Finally somebody on the gun that actually right. Oh. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Ah, Jonathan.
Get off on turf.
Incoming hostiles.
Is anyone even gonna come for this? No. Here they come finally. I think I got this. Oh my god.
Would you believe this Big G? I'll go phone if ever I saw one. He's making some noise about being the boss of the neighborhood. Maybe hurting some people that don't deserve it to prove his point. I think we both know that ain't right.
When I woke up in the morning, I was like, skeet, keep up, get up. Oh shoot, I didn't realize there was a high end in there. Oh, he's a native though. Should I try to go for this? Yeah, I'm going for it. can throw a grenade right back, boy. What does this one do? Oh, shh. Oh, I didn't even realize it was bad. Don't shoot my box. Yeah, of course. I to the no, no, no. To say is my name is no, my number is no, my name. My time is no, my number is no, my name is no, my number is no. You need to let it go. You need to let it go. I to the no, no, no.
Ain't nothing to worry about.
No.
I'm gonna finish this.
That was kind of awkward to like vault up into that place with no cover. That was kind of awkward to do. Oh, peek ahead. Okay. Same down. What? Got something tonight. Daddy's gone and he's coming back. Again. Daddy's gone and he's not coming back. Where you going, friend? Okay, you know.
Gonna waste you.
No! Okay, it was no. Did he really just hit his own trap? Wow, that was sad. Just peek your freaking head. Not when I'm reloading. Nothing good. I'm dead. Yep. That is gone. Daddy. What the climb? Come on. Going back. Down again. Is that him? Yeah, it is. What the? Let's just get something set up. No, stop. Stop. We'll take this. Not that. Okay. No, you won't. No, we won't. Daddy, you are mine. I mean,
Data scanned. Downloading file.
I'll be right back. Gotta go use the bathroom and get some water.
I need to ask a favor. Personal. Alexis Kwan. She's important to me, and, well, I need to know she's okay. We haven't spoken in a while, and I don't have an address, but she used to attend a support group religiously. If you could start there, maybe somebody there knows something. I've uploaded the address.
Okay, hello. I'm back, even though I was here.
Hi there. So glad you're in the neighborhood. We could really use your help. But now that you're here, I'm sure we're gonna get it all worked out.
Okay, so I don't really like these missing persons missions, but we're gonna do this one. Because it gives us 50-something thousand XP.
Now leaving the safe area.
So, yeah, and I got a granola bar.
Okay, Agent, I've got a little special request for you. Looks like we're running a teensy bit low on UV filters. You know, the things that kill the virus at our check-in station. But the good news is we've discovered 3 more. You just have to pick them up.
Who's bruh? I've started. Fuck. Time to eat. I mean, the missing persons missions are pretty easy, so that they're not fun.
Turn out been any better this week?
Honey, it's only getting worse. I just heard Bill and Sandra are sick, and no one's seen or heard from Alexis in weeks.
I can't anymore. It's too much. All you can do is try. We're survivors.
Investigate more of the Echo.
I stopped by her apartment on the way here, but she didn't answer.
Might be sick. Half my office is out with something.
I know, but she didn't show up last week either.
This should be fast.
No, we won't. No, we won't. I didn't even have to go back. I just went around from it.
Hey there. Hate to say it, but we're running
I think
a little
I'm
low on
so
supplies,
stupid.
and we're having some trouble getting the last supply drop in past the Rikers. They're still around, you know?
Didn't I just call like all of you? Oh, wait.
Echo available for playback nearby.
Hey Alexis, it's Brenda again. Still haven't heard from you. It looks like this flu thing is getting kind of serious. My brother's family's leaving the city just to be on the safe side. Going to my parents' place in Passaic. I think I'm gonna go with them, and I know you're kind of on your own at the moment, but I just wanted you to know you're welcome to come with. Call me if you get this. I really want to know you're okay. Bye.
Oh no 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 no. Oh my god.
Can I do something? Everything you need, I got. New York. It's no big deal. Hey, I'll see you around.
I can't tell. And to be honest, I don't care. Could be 4 a.m. for all I know. What I do have...
Not really care.
All thanks to the ultra-classified Directive 51 signed by the president.
Lying.
Turns out some of them have already been activated and were secretly supervising the initial
Maybe
treatment
next time, huh?
operations. You remember that lovely cattle pen they sent sick people to? And nobody ever came out? Well, when the shit hit the fan in there... Yes, National Guard,
Hey,
everybody.
come take a look.
Jesus Christ. Why would it point the arrow that way and then it have to come this way? What?
Warning. You are exiting the safe area.
Level 23.
Don't hold back. Make no mistake. We'll
I'm buffing it.
Calling all units. Rikers have taken over the medical center on East 26th. We need to secure it.
back and I'm within the phone. I'm coming back.
Door near here once. I didn't mean to hide anything.
I'm sorry, I should have just let him kill him.
All units be advised. Riker's selling arms near the underpass on East 20.
Why? Fucking, I hate this. Door is this way. No, it's not. Yes, it is. What? I didn't even want to do an arms disruption. What? I'm trying to continue this here, missing person. Oh wait, how? Let's see if we can change that actually. Right there. Yeah, so we come up that street and we don't have to go through all those guys. There we go. Adapt, whatever the thing is, whatever that meme is. Adapt, advance, overcome. What we're doing right here. Oh. No, I got one. I can do anything I want. Hey.
Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah. What the hell?
Get off on her! Don't need no permission to kill. Blast them out. Make no mistake. Let me finish. Clean shot.
Oh, I have my recovery link. Thank you. Okay. Let's think this through. Let's go. Like I said, adapt, improvise, overcome. You need something, I can already tell by the way you're walking. Oh, no? Okay, never mind.
De verdad, apreciamos lo que estás haciendo.
Division response requested at the park on
No,
23rd.
no, 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 I didn't sign up for that.
Watch what you're doing.
Okay, well, I guess we're going this way.
Warning, hostile forces approaching.
Ooh! Ah!
Active echo beacon detected.
Jess, I hope you got out while you could. I know you love germs, but this is a little much, even for you. If the world ever gets back to normal, I hope you find this and know that
Okay, I had to get on my phone, but I guess it spawned me at part 3, which was where I was trying to go, so.
I'll be thinking of you, thinking about the place we spent our first night in the city together. I can't think of any place I'd rather be. I love you. Always.
Well, he dead, so don't worry about him. Dad is gone, and I'll never hope again.
All units be advised. Riker's selling arms near the underpass on East
No.
26 and FDR.
Is this everything?
Wait, disrupt the arms deal, doesn't that just mean, like, just kill them? Yeah, I think that's what a disrupt arms deal is. So let's do that.
JTF reinforcements requested. Warning, incoming hostiles. Warning, hostile forces approaching. Alert, explosive device detected.
Oh my god. 3 kilometers. 3 kilometers away. This is my big hello. I never let it show. I just believe it. I'll just
Warning, now leaving the safe area.
Calling all JTF. Rikers are attacking a patrol near the park on FDR. They need backup.
Okay, Agent, listen to me. This is important.
It looks like Trigger Mike's friends are still around. No, stop it. Stop it. We'll go for a walk later. Anyway, they're shooting at some nice people trying to bring in our latest supply drop. Think you can lend a hand?
Wait, this is her? I mean, that was a weird ending, but okay. Alright, we're just gonna, Jesus Christ, I started like all the way over here.
Hey there. I know you've got a whole city to worry about, but we just got a call from a man whose wife was kidnapped by Rikers. You think you could get her back?
Come on, just kill me, just kill me, just kill me. Just kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. It's on a bright side. Who was playing the frickin' banjo?
Don't be shy.
call from a man whose wife was kidnapped by Rikers. You think you could get her back?
No. That's not my problem. I mean, if you give me some XP, yeah.
Hell of a shot.
Hit fire. Combo. Yeah. Fucking wussy. I'm doing all the work and you're just sitting over there in the bushes. Fucking pervert.
Move up. Good shooting. One hostile.
Oh, I like a song.
I got nothing you want.
We all got unfinished business. The store near here once. Rip them to shreds. Don't let up now. Don't get every last one of you. Glad you're not shooting at us. Oh, yes.
Ouch.
Let me finish this. Don't let up.
These things get so bad rewards. Pavilion. Where did you go? I have to search the whole freaking building for one person. Oh, shoot.
Civilians secure.
Hot damn, you did it! You're gonna be a hero around here, you know? say it, but we're running a little low on supplies, and we're having some trouble getting the last supply drop in past the Rikers. They're still around, you know?
Yeah, after we do these two, we're gonna go into those because they give you 50, because they're in a higher area. I'm saying I believe I will do.
You are now entering a safe area. Warning, you are exiting the safe area. Warning, incoming hostiles. Warning, supplies taking fire. Warning, incoming hostiles.
Oh, my aim. Okay, sorry. That's it.
Warning, incoming hostiles. Warning, supplies taking fire. Warning, incoming hostiles.
Wait, what the f-
Warning, incoming hostiles.
Oh, what the? Oh.
You just made a whole lot of people happy, Agent. Good for you. Okay, Agent, I've got a little special request for you. Looks like we're running...
Looks like the tunnel supply line is safe.
Wait, I'm sorry, part 1? Yeah, no. Okay, let's get... That's what did that.
Goddamn, it's cold in this city.
All units. Sarah's getting some reports of a possible mutation in the parking garage on 29th and 2nd. Need you to investigate.
Warning. Readings indicate this area is contaminated. Exiting the contaminated area.
Okay, the question is, how do I get a... I woke up this morning in my mind.
It looks like
23. What the f...
Heard about Houston, New York. Heard about Detroit.
How is it going, everybody? Noble Warrior 99 here, and today I am back with another Division video. Now, the Division is finally out, and I'm really excited to be playing it. I just got started here. I found out virus detection. Virus detection on level 4 is head over to the middle. Now what you guys will need to buy is the virus lab, pharmacy. Now these will all have are new to the game. Start some of these. Will obtain perks from buying.
Halt! Who the fuck are you?
Well,
Area secure.
Feels like there's an ambush around every corner.
it's up down below. Iris Lab, Hazmat Unit, Pharmacy. Now these will all have the as a perk as well as out on your journey. Now many of you guys probably already know about this, but are new to the game and are just starting. So if you guys already bought them without knowing, but if you guys did not know already, will obtain perks from buying.
Let me finish this. Jay, get the pressure on the other side.
As well.
Dispatch to patrol. Rikers have established a stronghold at the Murray building on 3rd. All available units report to the Murray building.
Might have you with us in every firefight. Get ready. Take the shot. We all do that. Don't let up.
Difficulty to it versus just making the bosses a little harder. So it's a cool thing that they did, but at the same time I wish they specified a little bit because a lot of people are wondering about this filter still. And honestly, a lot of you probably asked. That's the answer. The second thing that I wanted to go over real quick is a lot of you are looking for easy ways to get exotic caches. The easy
What's up guys, my name is Darius P, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to upgrade your virus filter contamination mask. Let's do it. Hey guys, so to upgrade this virus filter contamination operations, don't know what that's at. Operations, and you can just fast travel to that. Top the virus lab, and you can see that one of the perk rewards is for it is protective measures, increase virus protection by 1, gaining access to higher contamination areas. Now another one that you want to do, I believe it is the hazmat unit. Yes, protective measures, increase virus protection by 1, gaining access to higher contamination areas. And last one, but I believe it's I believe all the way I believe it's 400. And hazmat unit is 200 supplies. also on the and only right now it's gonna upgrade this unit, upgrade the hazmat unit. Now, guys, that is how you upgrade your virus.
Calling all JTF. Rikers are attacking the patrol near the park on FDR. They need backup.
Thanks for watching. What is happening, everyone? It's Skill Up here. First of all, a huge thank you to everyone who put up a comment or something in relation to that one on PvP. Discussion in the comment section. So I wanted to thank you very much for that. Really, really useful stuff. This video is actually part 2.
Warning. Incoming hostiles.
I think are required to. Haven't checked that first video out, then I really recommend doing it. I've left the link in the description below, and I'd also recommend checking out my video. Thrusting together. You picked it!
Warning. Supply taking fire.
That video. Hey. Now this video will discuss what I think. Keep the pressure on them. We own these fools. I'm of a view. Let's go, fools! You hear me?
Warning. Incoming hostiles.
As I said,
Warning. Supplies taking fire.
take them back! Grenade! Most basic level, I think the Division has a huge problem with the moment when an engagement commences, because those attacking have a huge advantage. Let's take a simple example. Cry all you want. He's dead. This person doesn't know. I'm reloading. No one gets through.
What the hell?
They will literally need to start shooting them, all buffed up as I am. By the time fucking got him. Blast him out of that cover! Hey, no leak! You ain't got a prayer! Leave me alone now!
Warning. Incoming hostiles.
Charlemagne and his friends. Natasha and Julio and that weird little schnauzer named Brutus, they thank you too.
Live and balance or strategy. Areas where they can identify. Firstly, they can visually see. After the target's held.
Calling all JTF. Rikers are attacking a patrol near the park on FDR. They need backup.
Hey there!
shithead. If you don't cooperate, we're gonna go after your family. Shit. That's right. We know what you're doing right now, but if you're not, we're probably going to see you. He's dead.
Well, can you hear me, Donald?
Calling all JTF. Rikers are attacking a patrol near the park on FDR. They need backup.
Well, that was actually pretty slick.
Hostile forces approaching.
Grenade, pop, quick fire, pop.
forces approaching.
We've got incoming!
Hostile forces approaching.
We would have lost a lot of people if you hadn't shown up. Thanks.
Do these, get a nice 90k, then get that safe house right there. Sounds like a plan. What?
All units be advised. Heavy Riker presence at the row on East 34th and 3rd. Backup requested.
Without you, we'd have been dead. Hopefully that'll make them think twice about hitting the next JTF patrol they see.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching.
We've got incoming! Ain't nobody going back to the bin! Get to the other side! Get him out of that cover! Get him in the wall! No mercy! Won't be long now!
Are you serious? Why don't they spawn all the way there? Why is there not a checkpoint for this?
Readings indicate this area is safe. Warning. Now leaving the safe area.
It's not gonna happen, guys.
But I have something more to show you today. You know, But I have something more to show you today. You know, we want to take advantage of the next generation of consoles to enter a new genre. You know, the open world online RPG. So this game is brought to you by one of the best studios in the world, Massive Entertainment. I am super excited about it. You know, I think you will be too. It's so amazing. So let's watch it.
Like an angel.
Alright, let's get this out the way at the very beginning. You have every right to be angry about it. As I wrote my first draft of this review, I was ultimately writing to two audiences. One of them was the audience that was genuinely interested, like today, and this group was fine to write for because I could just talk about the game, no problem. The other audience was the group of people who were or are very rightly and very fairly disillusioned, betrayed, pissed off, disappointed about how much Ubisoft, Massive, and the supporting studios screwed them. Yes, they screwed this game up spectacularly from the moment it was announced, and there are literally millions today who swear they will never buy another Massive or Ubisoft product ever again. Totally fair. But trying to write a review for both of those audiences, I'd say stuff like, hey, the RPG mechanics are really good now. Then I'd have to follow up immediately by saying, no, but it should have been stuff. Or I'd say it's a good economy and build diversity is functional now. Yeah, but it was so unbalanced and so long. Three patches to make that. It's not possible for me to celebrate today how to make
What?
simultaneously at every stop, ticking the whole yes, but it should have been that way since launch. I know that these sorts of acknowledgements or caveats peppered throughout the review might make it easier to swallow for those who feel it's important to never forgive and never forget. But ultimately, it makes for a really shitty review given where the game is in 2018. So I'm not going to try and do that. Instead, I'm going to knock it all over at the start, here and now, and acknowledge what an utter train wreck this game has been since launch, so that we can spend the rest of the review talking about how great it is today. Because yes, since the moment the Division was announced on June 10th, 2013, has largely been a tale of disappointment and frustration. A slam dunk concept botched through obvious downgrades, poor design choices, a misleading DLC structure, horrendous game-breaking bugs, PvP issues out the wazoo, and a divided community. Almost every single thing that could have gone wrong with this game went wrong. So as a player, a purchaser, or even just someone watching this game from afar, you have every right to swear off the Division and say it's just too damn late to regain any of the hope or trust that you might have. Here's the thing, Ubisoft, Massive, and the other development studios supporting Lord knows they made a hell of a lot more money development after its year one DLC obligations were met, and instead just pour all of their money into a sequel. But they could cynically leverage the notoriously short memory of gamers to have another crack at extracting $100 out of us. They stuck around, and now, nearly 2 years later, there's an honest-to-goodness story to tell. Now, I know that good intentions aren't enough to excuse the pain that we as consumers had to go through. It's been said that Ubisoft releases early access AAA games, and that is true, and it's not. We deserve finished products, functional products when they hit store shelves. And Ubisoft has perhaps been the absolute worst in this regard of any publisher. Say what you will about Destiny 2 or Call of Duty being hashed reskins, but those games work, mostly, in a way that Ubisoft titles have long struggled to. But we cannot call out Ubisoft on their issues with quality without simultaneously recognizing them as being one of the leading publishers of the modern era with regards to fixing, supporting, and evolving their games. Rainbow Six Siege sucked on launch, marred by terrible bugs and server architecture. Stuck with it, and today, Siege is arguably the best tactical shooter on the market, and one of the most successful, loved, and respected. Ghost Recon Wildlands sold a boatload. Stuck with the game. That content. Terrible. Developers have up to this month servers. Okay, they have Assassin's Creed Origins now continues to offer a number of single-player remain to keep the title alive long after. For a long time, the term games as a service has been bandied about by after publishers. I wish Ubisoft games were out of the box as well. I truly do. I had the choice between safe, recycled rubbish and fun titles that push time. I choose the ambition every time, as on Sunday. But I understand that this is my choice as a consumer who plays this game. Bugs and design choices. I see it completely differently.
All units be advised. Heavy Riker presence at the row on East 34th and 3rd. Backup requested.
Why does 5 years ago, Ubisoft set in the moon against the backdrop of the end, allowing us to live out the fantasy of an elite agent who stands alone with their squad against the city forward. Only the enemies weren't just the NPCs, but there were other players as well, or even your own teammates.
We'd have been dead.
And all of this with the promise that we could play how we wanted, solo or co-op.
Warning, hostile forces approaching.
Front line or back line, honorable. One that the release product famously short. Now, 5 years later, all the games that have grown and evolved over the
spread out and find them. Records are turning up.
Now stands proudly
approaching.
It's one of the few games I've ever played where I can play 5 nights a week, something completely simplified, and yet each of those activities the same thematic, mechanical design core
We're up against
Take it
fiends
from the other
and
side.
killers.
It's taken a long time to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my review.
Notice that there's solar prices out there for the exact same.
Finish him off and let's get
I've been asking this a lot.
Same hotel room.
Stop me if any of this sounds familiar. About sword and sorcery, or based on someone else's work. In it, you customize a superfly as it travels the world.
Morning. Hostile forces approaching.
An original setting and a few interesting mechanics can cover up an otherwise a rough, inconsistent product. The review text is strangely apt to insult the division's IGN Alpha Protocol, fully underrated City Lifelong Trouble 2, the game was perfect, right? Attach the RPG tropes we know and love. James Bond doesn't use swords. No. Stats on that bad boy and roll with that. Navy SEAL doesn't study magic. Train real-world survival, stealth, and combat skills. So why not just skill trees? Studies. Sure, many games are borrowed. The Fallout series is one of the better examples. The vast majority of it is often possible. There's a distinct
Thanks, Agent.
punk
That
and to be honest, the lack of games that go down this path is always been so fascinating to me. The way that RPG stats have been super important in so many games, especially in the modern era. Call of Duty's various skill trees, weapon stats, quality, the way that modern day shooters have absorbed so many of the RPG tropes. RPG genre itself has been so unwilling to absorb shooter tropes that would deliver the kind of RPG that a Call of Duty or Battlefield fan might truly enjoy. But upon closer inspection, you can see why pulling off a real-world RPG is harder than it appears at first glance. I remember reading an interview with the creative director of The Division, Julian Garrity, just prior to the launch of the game back in March 2016. Back then, he was asked, "What's one thing you want people to know about The Division before it launches?" He responded, "It's an RPG." He was so desperate even then for people to understand that this was an RPG first and foremost, and a shooter second, because he knew that when people arrived at the endgame, many shooter fans weren't going to feel comfortable with moments like this.
A few moments later. Day 2. Day 3. Day 4.
Sie haben also den Iceman kaltgestellt, hä?
If you drew one of those big word cloud things to highlight the way people describe their frustrations with playing The Division, the largest word at the very center of it would almost certainly be bullet sponge. The enemies in The Division don't have more HP than enemies you face in other games like Diablo or Borderlands or Warframe or whatever else, but there's one key difference. They're just regular humans like you and me, and while we don't mind emptying 3 or 4 magazines of ammo into an alien's head, there's something fundamentally unsettling and wrong with doing the same thing to a human. It just doesn't feel right. I think it's for this reason more than any others that we've seen so few RPGs adopt the real-world setting. If we want to let player power scale exponentially at the endgame, then enemy health has to scale in a similar way, and it's an almost impossible balance for the developer to maintain. The tension between realism and the mechanics of an RPG fantasy are often strained to breaking point in The Division, but no more so than when it comes to enemy health. And I labor this point now for the same reason that Julian did in that interview back in 2016. Stress that The Division is first and foremost an RPG, and if you go into it expecting it to feel like a shooter, then you're going to be disappointed. If the idea of bullet sponge enemies repels you, then you will hate The Division, and I strongly urge you to give it a this. But if you're willing to suspend your disbelief and you're willing to put in the grind to get the gear to become powerful enough, then there's an immensely rewarding RPG experience waiting for you on the other side of that. But I will say that there's one portion of the game where the developers managed to magically strike the perfect balance between RPG and shooter, a section of the game that almost anyone will enjoy, and it's during the game's awesome campaign. From the moment you're activated as a Division agent to the moment you complete the final mission and stare at the endless abyss of the end game, the campaign grabs you by the scruff of the neck and pulls you through dozens of missions and side missions and settings and events that are just awesome. It's not long. You can probably knock it over in about 10 to 12 hours, maybe less, but it's always well-paced. You can do it solo or with up to 3 other friends the whole way through, and I honestly cannot recommend it more highly. It is just fantastic. And the best part about it is it just feels so right. The campaign is the first time you're exposed to the top tier, truly exceptional third-person animations that this team brought to the table, and what is easily the most functional cover system ever introduced into a video game. You can literally target your next point of cover, trigger the animation to run to it, while simultaneously reloading your weapon, using an ability, and panning your camera around to look for the next threat. It's simply the best third-person mechanics on the market today, and they always feel wonderful no matter what you're doing. But the greatness extends to the rest of the experience as well. Weapons have just the right amount of recoil. Enemy time to kill is short and snappy. The damage you take is just the right amount to make the game challenging without punishing you unfairly. And all the while, the loot drop system is firing on all cylinders, with a regular stream of upgrades providing you the bonus power that you can actually feel and that have a tangible impact on your ability to face the next challenge coming your way. Like any other RPG, the endgame cannot maintain this linear power progression curve, and in the endgame it quickly plateaus into a much more rock, paper, scissors style approach, where the focus is on bringing the right build to the table to be most effective either solo or in a group. It's satisfying in its own way, but it never feels as satisfying and as awesome as the campaign.
I've got a situation
does.
here. One of the nurses found contraband.
One area of the campaign,
a bunch of loose wires, wire strippers, tape, and a phone battery stashed in one of the rooms.
I had lunch with
like
Julian Garrity at E3 in 2016, and when we sat down, the first thing I asked him was why the hell the Division had such a light touch and meandering approach to storytelling. See, there are a few cutscenes throughout the campaign, but most of them do very little to advance the narrative of this game. Julian told me that because the game was open world and because people could complete different missions in different orders, it was important for the story to form around the player rather than for the game to dictate a specific linear narrative that they were shuttled through. As a result, the threadbare campaign plot is just window dressing for the story of the city, the island of Manhattan, the people who occupied, and how all of it fell to pieces at the hands of this unidentified virus and enemy factions seeking to bring order in their own way. If you go into the Division hoping for a Witcher 3 or Mass Effect or Horizon Zero Dawn level story, you're going to be very disappointed. It is unfinished, and it is a frustrating cliffhanger at the end. And the DLC does not advance the story in any way, shape, or form, which is a shame, because there's actually a really great narrative there waiting to be finished. So just like you have to accept bullet sponges in the Division, you have to accept that this isn't the sort of game that will leave you in a chair when the credits roll. So if you're okay with that, then I'd recommend going into it as you would with Zelda Breath of the Wild. There is a story in Zelda, but it's the world that's the star of the show in Breath of the Wild. Old ruins and the topography and the villages you stumble upon and the shrines you explore. Like Breath of the Wild's Hyrule, the Division's world is desolate and beautiful. And through its expertly written and narrated audio logs, you'll learn so much more about this world than if you just race from cutscene to cutscene, and it's a vastly more intelligent and immersive means of conveying a story than a cutscene can typically achieve. But of course, it's not for everyone. My advice, if you're up for it, take your time through the campaign, enjoy the world, look around, soak it in, and chase down the audio logs and documents littered throughout the game world. They're absolutely worth your time, and a fantastic complement to an already excellent campaign experience. But as great as the campaign is, I know that for most of you, it's just an appetizer for the main course, endgame. The endgame is so vastly different in the Division that arriving there after you've finished the campaign can give you a very jarring sense of whiplash. So, let's take some time now to understand what it's all about so that you can decide for yourself whether or not it's something you want to do. Of all the video game genres out there, the looter has got to be the dumbest of the lot. I mean, think about it, right? Multiplayer shooters test our skill and cooperation. MOBAs test our strategic thinking. Driving games test our precision. Story-driven RPGs or action-adventure games set these characters to be considered enemies. And then we have the looter, where our job is essentially to click on the same enemies at the same levels over and over again in the hope that one day a house will drop and I can go back to enjoying this game instead of farming this goddamn piece of... So anyway, as I was saying, looters suck. And that's a fact, right? Well, not really. They certainly suck for a number of people. Grinding games like Warframe, Path of Exile, Diablo, and Borderlands is the defining aspect of those games. It's entirely about doing almost identical activities repeatedly to acquire more gear, then do slightly more powerful versions of those identical activities. Some of you listening to me describe that have already fallen asleep. Imagine how boring that is. If you're anything like me, then your brain is tingling all over with glee, synapses firing as you nostalgically recall that time when some crossbow dropped on your 8,000th run of a dungeon. Those are good times if you're up for it, and they're the absolute worst if not. So let's be clear about this so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Tom Clancy's The Division is the closest thing to third-person Diablo on the market today, other than Path of Exile, which is in fact the Diablo version of it. The endgame of this game diverse, but the heart and soul of the PvE game is talking to a bunch of dudes, shooting them in the face in 10 minutes, going back to base, and then spending 20 minutes going through your bags to work out if any of the shit that you just got was an upgrade, or maybe a side grade, or maybe if I change this stat on the gloves to this, the backpack to this. Wait, stop. It's happening again. Yes, you will run the same missions over and over again. You will kill Alex and Dylan no less than 800 million times, but by God, when you are done, you will have some food to show for it. And for those of you that played this game at launch and left soon after that, then this is probably a big surprise, because so, if you quit the Division any time before patch 1.4, which was on the 25th of October last year, then you were playing the worst possible version of it for a whole bunch of reasons, but especially because 1.4 fixed the loot distribution model. Instead of specific loot pieces dropping in specific places, any loot could drop anywhere. And pretty much anything that did drop, it dropped a whole bunch of it. That's why the parallels to Diablo are so apt here. You can get specific drops from doing certain things in Diablo, but most of the time you're just doing whatever you like, because loot pools is spread across the entire content. But patch 1.4 borrowed something else from Diablo that was important: selectable difficulty. See, in Diablo, you can set difficulty for any content in the game, and the higher you set it, the more challenging and rewarding it is. The better the loot is that you receive. Well, it's the same for the Division as well. When you ding level 30 and reach the end game, you're going to start out in World Tier 1, and as you collect items and gain item level, you'll eventually be able to move up to World Tier 5, which is where 95% of the player base is at any time. The path from Tier 1 to Tier 5 is really short, by the way, probably just a few hours, so don't be worried that you have weeks of grinding ahead of you before you and the Division's difficulty scaling goes even further than this, since within each world tier, each PvE activity has a selectable difficulty that further increases the rewards you get from them. And while the normal to challenge mode
Scouts spotted an LNB patrol harassing civilians near Covies on East 38th and 3rd. They need backup.
Tuesday. Weekly missions have reset, which is great because they award me heaps of useful items and currencies. Let's start chipping away at those by completing the daily mission and underground challenges. There's too much content for me to be able to finish in a single night, so I'll have to come back another day. Wednesday, hey, my squad's on tonight. Let's knock over the legendary incursions and missions since they guarantee me an exotic item the first time I do them each week. Thursday, I'm all alone tonight. I think I'll do some high-value target missions, which are missions set out in the incredibly detailed open world. Maybe I'll finish off with some match-made, last-stand PvP matches for a bit of fun as well. Friday, alright, squad's on again. Time to hit Dark Zone to grind Division Tech, hunt rogue agents, or go rogue ourselves. Whatever we like. Saturday, good. Vendors have reset, giving me the chance to get some really well-rolled items. I'll check the Reddit to see if anything's good and then grab it, and then I might knock over the rest of my weekly mission requirements. Sunday, I just broke up with my girlfriend because I'm too busy playing the Division. I'll spend the day grinding the underground, doing PvP survival runs, which is basically like PUBG inside the Division, by the way. I'll run a few rounds of Resistance, which is basically like Call of Duty Zombies in the Division, by the way. Skirmish, which is another match-made 4v4 game mode. I'll check out the new Westside Piers area, which was added free in the recent content patch, and then I'll spend like 3 hours going through and redoing all of my gear loadouts, since I've collected a ton of loot this week, and the inventory management in this game is pretty much a full-time job. Monday, eat, sleep, go to the bathroom, prepare for weekly resets tomorrow. So that's a complete week of content there, and very little of it was repeated. And so much of it has an inherent diversity to it as well. The Legendary Missions AI is so full on that they almost never behave the same way twice. The survival game mode will always drop you in different places, and other players hoping to extract will impact your game in both PvP. The Dark Zone is never the same place twice, and the match-made PvP activity is different experience.
Hostile forces approaching.
And if any of that does start to feel repetitive, just put on a different gear set and play it in a way with different weapons, gear perks. It may sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm still plenty to complain about. It's horrendous in the boring manner. Weapon and gear balance issues, mod system, and Hamish's choice of shirt. But repetitiveness is not a charge that you can place with. Just too much to do now, and combined with adjustable difficulties, it makes for one of the most compelling in-game offerings on the market today. The endgame here transcends what the loot genre is typically capable of, and is far more akin to like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV. But unlike other looters on the market today, Double or Warframe, it offers a truly functional PvP game that you can reliably turn to if you have to. But the Division's PvP is not for the faint of heart. It is a fascinatingly specific experience that will drive you nuts unless you understand how it works. So, it's really, really hard to get people to fight in a video game. It's been done dozens, hundreds of times over the years, but for every successful PvP game, there are around 100 others that have failed to capture an audience. PvP is hard to design because players are very breaking whatever designer. The studio may have a vision for how a certain thing works, but players will find a way to use it in ways that develop. So just delivering on the basics is hard enough. With bugs and exploits aside, there's a design decision that the overwhelming to make themselves out to the market, and that's to remove the impact of climate. See, in Dota, gear makes a big difference over the course of a game. Every match of Dota starts out with everyone having the same gear. Not really. You can't grind for 10,000 hours and then start a match with better gear than your opponent. And this way, it's down to individual skill every single match. Most games adopt this approach. While games like Siege, or Battlefield, or whatever have unlockables that affect your combat prowess, the impact is pretty minor, and you can unlock the stuff you want. These are still skill-based games at their core. Division is not like this at all. The first and most important thing I'll say about the Division's
Warning, hostile
that it is
forces
strongly
approaching.
tilted in favour of hardcore players who have invested hundreds or thousands of hours in finding the ideal gear sets, weapons and mods, because the stats on your gear have a tremendous impact on the outcome. So the Division's PvP has perhaps the highest barrier to entry of any AAA game, because not only do you have to be good at it, but you also need to have invested the time to get the necessary gear to be truly competitive. And if you're not willing or able to invest that time, you're going to really struggle to truly enjoy yourself in PvP, because you can't rely on skill alone to carry you over the line. Now, don't get me wrong, skill is certainly a factor. There are some great PvPers out there who'll be able to comfortably mop the floor with you, even if they are undergeared. But when two equally skilled opponents meet on the battlefield, gear will be the determining factor in that engagement, and that's a very different proposition to most other games you're probably playing right now. In the past, the developers have done some work to curb the impact of the gear advantage in the PvP game. They added a game mode called Last Stand, which is part of the third paid DLC, as well as a 4v4 skirmish game mode, which is free to all players as of the recent patch 1.8. Both of these game modes will normalize your gear stats, meaning that they will take the stat rolls on your gear and roll them up to the maximum roll. If your gear isn't quite as optimized as the next person, you'll still be on an equal footing if you're wearing the same gear that brings the same bonuses, which is good because it reduces the need to grind for better gear, better stat rolls on that gear, or the need to optimize your rolls at the newly added optimization station,
right here.
also added in patch 1.8. But here's the thing, and this is one of my biggest complaints about the Division in its current form from patch 1.7. The developers introduced what are called classified gear sets. These are essentially better versions of normal gear sets and have 6-piece bonuses that are incredibly powerful. And they're almost all enabled. Since these 6-piece bonuses are not stat rolls, gear normalization doesn't do anything to curb the impact of these gear sets. They're straight up the best gear to bring to any PvP situation, and they are what heavily tilt the...
Now I know you've got nothing to do with those last man battalion people, but they think they've got the right to just come in here and take people away. Those are valued members of our community they're taking. I want you to put a stop to this nonsense and get those people back home where they belong.
Event held every month that essentially just increases your chances of getting classified gear. The best thing to do during that week, and the most efficient, is just to run a specific mission over and over again. Lexington, since it awards the most global event currency for every hour of time invested. Sadly, when classified gear sets should have been an awesome addition to the game, the way the classified gear has been introduced. The fact that the 6-piece bonuses are not disabled in PvP corrupts the PvP experience by pushing it out of the reach of those who haven't invested the time. And the fact that the best way to get them is through boring, repetitive grinding casts a long, dark, and disappointing shadow over an otherwise really awesome and diverse PvP experience. So that's just my view on that. But there's a counter view to everything that I've just said, and that's the fact that Division is one of the few games on the market today that actually rewards you for grinding. And while I personally don't like that, a lot of people do. We need to acknowledge that as well. If every single other game on the market today actively reduces the impact of the grind, surely there should be at least one game out there that lets the grind mean something in PvP, right? Well, yeah, sure. If that's your thing, then the Division is one of the few spaces in all of gaming where this is possible, and that's absolutely a good thing. That's the sort of experience you're chasing. And I think that there's something true that's apart in 2018. say this as well. I hate the bugs.
Civilians secure.
Thank goodness you took care of that. Let's be honest, you really don't want your neighborhood getting a reputation as a place where people get kidnapped out of their houses, you know?
On March 9th, 2017, they developed. Second DLC is going to be magical or revitalizing. Chance to say to the player base, guys, don't go anywhere to make that segment, not just for that community, but for the whole game.
What is with those LMB people? Now they're acting like this is some kind of high crime area, stealing supplies as soon as they hit the ground. Well, that's not happening in my neighborhood. Not if you have anything to say about it.
That's the west side. Yes, the game has an aircraft carrier.
Hands up!
Oh, let's
got papers to show me?
no ways. Diversity opportunities. There is a mountain of bug fixes and quality of life improvements in there as well that go a long way towards making the game a lot more reliable and enjoyable than it's ever been. Best of all, everything I listed here, except for the underground improvements, are completely free to all players. If you bought the game and you don't have any of the DLC, you get all of that free, and that's pretty fucking cool in 2018. In the video I showed you a moment ago, I recorded back in March this year, I talked about the fact that Destiny 2 was on its way and it would likely crush what remained of the Division's player base, but again, completely wrong here. Destiny 2's release has been only marginally less disappointing than that of Star Wars Battlefront 2, as Bungie shoved out an incomplete game and stuffed it full to bursting.
Hey, anything you're looking for?
Destiny 2's PvP player base is now the lowest it has ever been. Available on PC for the first time. Marks a tragic fall from grace from a studio that worked so hard to improve Destiny 1 and evolve it into an incredible game, only to surrender all of that hard-fought brand loyalty and respect in exchange for strong launch sales and a new one.
Warning. Incoming hostiles.
I raise all of this now because the Division's journey now very closely
Warning.
mirrors that.
Supplies taking fire.
The launch product was famously substandard. Developers worked hard to improve it. Now it's in a great place, but that evolution poses a new challenge that Bungie failed to namely that if a Division sequel is coming, and I strongly suspect that it is, it's almost impossible to imagine that the fun will be as games like Warframe,
Incoming hostiles.
Exile, and Siege have abandoned the sequel path because they continue to grow and evolve with time. Sequels just don't make sense when you're onto such a good thing. Well, The Division is now onto a very, very... My hope is that the support for this game continues long. But if the sequel was in the works, it could bring as much forward as possible because it's a lot. Division is in full template laid down by this game makes it finally one of the best solutions.
What the
And a terrific game by any measure. It is absolutely not for everyone, but if it is your kind of game, then it's likely to be one of the most rewarding and memorable.
I think it all starts with the idea that we were our own customer, and that anybody else who was going to play our games, we were in there.
Earlier this week, I put out a tweet that said this: I'm beyond disgusted that Bungie gave heroic strikes behind a feature we've enjoyed for 3 years, removed and now removed. I said in my Destiny 2 review that Bungie were my team and I'd stand by them. Not anymore. Fuck you guys. So I want to begin by apologizing for that tweet. I stand by the intent behind that tweet, but I do regret that we were my team and I'd stand by them. Not anymore. Fuck these guys. So I want to begin by apologizing for that tweet. I stand by the intent behind that tweet, but I do regret the language that I used. I try to be professional, but I'm not perfect. Here, I let my emotions get the better of me. Let me explain.
Incoming hostiles.
We're serious about having a dialogue with developers and publishers about the games that we love. It can't be in the way that I displayed here, so I apologize. But I think the reason I spoke in that way was because I'm no longer interested in having that dialogue with Bungie, and that outburst was really just the final breaking point and a long journey of frustration with a developer that I love, but that continues to disappoint despite having every opportunity to change course and improve. And I've simply had enough now. I've decided just to give up and to move on to other things. And it's such a shame because Destiny 2 had every single chance to succeed. A generous development timeline, leveraging game assets, years and years delivered into the live games, and a passion. Faith in Bungie was taken by divine intentions. This was a community every day stared down the haters and said, no, Bungie. This game, you just don't know it. We fought with trolls in comment sections, forums, Twitter, and on Facebook because we were proud of our game and proud of our studio. I was one of those people, but Destiny 2 Legendary. In my 50-minute long review of Destiny 2, I argued for 45 minutes that Destiny 2 was a worse game than Destiny 1. People really hated that review. Mainstream press Destiny 2 was a triumph. Over time, we came to see that so many things made Destiny greater have been ripped out with nothing new to replace them. Anger grew as more and more people realized how disposable offering none of these things. But despite this,
what in the hell?
The last 5 minutes of my review, I said this: Destiny 2 is a good game, but it is a worse game than Destiny 1. And yet, I will be sticking with it. See, I don't follow sport. It's not my thing. But most of you out there probably do follow some sort of sport. You probably have a team that's back there. For me, Destiny is my sport. One of them. Bungie is one of my teams. I'm disappointed by Destiny 2. I think it's an exercise in fun more than an exercise in. But Destiny 2 is a game I will stand by because I know that
incoming hostiles.
A lot of people called me out on this, declaring me a blind fanboy or a sellout or whatever, but I didn't care because I truly believe that Bungie could be trusted to make Destiny 2 the game. Now I just feel like the DLC that they put in front of us is so bad that I struggle to find the will to log in day after day. This product is just more of the same blandness that Destiny 2 was, only cranked up to be even more grindy, more repetitive, and more banal than ever before. The lack of quality speaks to a commercial indifference that is, for me, a cardinal sin. I can forgive a bad game, but I can't forgive something that is so clearly phoned in, tone deaf, and that is where I draw the line. See, if you own a restaurant and a customer comes up to the counter complaining their meal is undercooked and bad, you don't serve up more of the same stuff and then charge them. You go back into your kitchen, you speak to your chef, you say, make this one special. I want to show this customer that they are important to me. Now, when you put that meal back,
oh my god.
In the $20 price tag attached to their meal, than you are in protecting your hard-earned reputation.
What?
If anyone was going to give us a really awesome and illuminating story, it was probably going to be this guy. But much like with the original Destiny and with Destiny 2,
I think the LMB has learned they're not welcome around here. Like I said, this is a nice neighborhood.
One little light. Infinite realities to explore. All the time in the world.
the enemy we're fighting against is just this big floating robot that means nothing to us, and the future we're desperately trying to avoid is just this planet being covered in Vex junk. There are no people, there's nothing on the line, no characters go through any sort of meaningful arc. The whole thing is just a big waste of time, and it sucks. It's terrible. And at this point now, I've completely given up hope that Bungie will be able to deliver a compelling story in their games, either because they can't or because they choose not to. The reason doesn't matter to me. They're literally back to vanilla Destiny quality storytelling at this point. While I was happy for them to evolve that capability during the life cycle of the first Destiny, I won't be waiting for it a second time around. Now, I'd be willing to see past all of this stuff with the narrative if the mission structure was any good, but it's difficult to communicate how not okay this expansion is in terms of content. There's one mission that is literally a reuse strike from the Destiny 2 base game. There's one new mission on the Mercury Exploration Zone, which is tiny by the way, and the rest of the missions revolve around the Infinite Forest, which is a Vex-themed environment that randomly generates different areas by combining different tile sets in different ways. So it isn't procedurally generated per se, but it does have an element of randomness to it that makes for a really interesting concept. They could have done a lot with this. The execution is completely botched. There is an ancient Greek fable about Narcissus, who was a hunter, who was beautiful but vain. And the first time he saw his reflection, he fell in love with it, and he lost his will to live. He literally just stared at his own reflection. I raise this fable now because I think that here in the Infinite Forest, and in most of this expansion, in fact, Bungie have fallen in love with the beauty of their own skyboxes and have completely abandoned any effort to design functional first-person shooter video game levels. My journey in the Infinite Forest went like this. I walked in and I said, wow, this is really, pretty. They have done a great job here. And then enemies spawn, and I start shooting, and I kill them all. And then I move on to the next area. That's how it works. The campaign and the adventures afterwards forced me to return to the forest, not less than about 10 times. So I very quickly began to realize that each time I spawn into an area, I'm positioned on high ground,
Recommend
overlooking
avoiding the
a
area.
section where located. So all I need to do is I just stay right near where I spawn, and then I shoot them. I literally don't need to go anywhere near where the enemies are. There's no roof or corridors. There's nothing obstructing my line of sight. There's zero risk for me while I do this. And eventually, I realized that I don't even need to kill all of them. I literally run straight past them and just open the door instantly. Or if I'm forced to kill an enemy, which I sometimes am, I can just find that target from my safe spot near where I spawned in. I can kill him, and then I can...
Do it by the numbers. Maintain pressure.
Loneliest number. One is the loneliest number.
Warning. You are exiting the safe area.
All units be advised. LMB are holed up in an office building on East 45th. Recommend avoiding the area.
You're in a restricted area.
What?
Careful out here.
What? 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 Fucking concrete bang, then wall bang through glass, and and one. Okay. It's not like he's 90. It's not like he's 9 levels above me. He's only 1 level. He's hardly a level above me because I'm so close to level 27. Jesus, maybe I just won't do the freaking assault.
JTF dispatched all field assets. Patrol under fire by cleaners off 43rd and 2nd. Backup requested.
Yeah, but what the fucking cover? You don't even need the fucking cover. Fucking kidding me. Come on. Oh my god. They take up all the cover. Hello?
Okay, Michael, he does not know who Dekebi and Vigil are.
Yeah, he does.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
You know, he probably does. You want to get from Rainbow?
After I finish this mission.
That's what you said last time.
Oh, wow.
What? Okay, Patrick, do you actually not know who they are?
He does. He has them.
Bring them on. Here, boy. Bring them on. Easy, baby.
When he 1v1'd Ethan that one time, he was using them.
That was M.
He 1v1'd Ethan?
I was
And I
alive.
didn't see it?
Yeah, and he used the after.
Hey, I'll be cooling by my lonely. It's too hot to try.
Hostile forces approaching.
Reflex is so much better than Red Dot. You know what? I just realized a lot of people are wearing a mask or like one of those things that you put over your head. What is that called again?
A hoodie?
You can see your eyes, you know, like how ninjas have it.
A cowl?
Oh, shoot. I'll be cooling by my lonely. It's too hard to try.
A cowl? Is that what you're thinking of?
Wait, that's what it's called? It's called a cowl?
Yeah, CLWL.
You know, the thing that like covers your whole face except for your eyes.
A cowl.
backwares and
That's what I said. Yes, I know. I
know. Oh, look at this. Yo, all the
what the.
So this glass, infused, cap can, and I can't even see. G.
What, baby?
Alright, I'm just gonna end the live stream here. I'll probably be back on the division in a little bit, and since we only need like 3 levels, I'm not counting that little bit, since we only need like 3 levels. You know, actually, we're not gonna end the stream here yet. Not actually, since we got a friend now.
What are you talking about, your Earth boss?
Hold up, wait a second, Mr. Postman. So you finna start a game? That hurts, man. Just like my eyes when I see you. That comeback though.
Jonathan, you hurt your eyes.
That just got me sad. Like every time I see your face.
Hey, I be coolin' by my lonely, it's too hot to try us, run up on me right, nigga, I'm a boss, and they never tell us, when you know they want me so,
Hey, Michael, when you wake up tomorrow, wish me luck on my friends who want the invitational training spot. I know, it's just a side to look at invitational. So it sounds less nerdy. It's not long. Hey, just so you know, I'm a blickety black-beard main.
But who's Sophie and the cabbie? Are those 2 lock people at the bottom?
Huh?
Is the cabbie and that video person? Are those locked people at the bottom?
They're not locked because you're playing them right now.
No, I don't have a Sophia. What are you talking about?
Yes, okay, yeah, he's just being retarded.
I'm gonna send the screenshot. I'm gonna send the screenshot.
I know, I don't need, I already know.
I know, but I just want to do it for fun.
Send me a screenshot and I'll block you so fast.
I'm getting all this money, I'm running it up.
Why are you so mean, Michael? Why are you so mean?
I don't want you to send me anything.
Start off in a beamer, like a cheetah. Left me because I'm a cheetah.
There's a moot, there's a moody, a booty, and a hootie. Hold up, wait a second, Mr. Postman.
Morning. Hostile forces approaching.
If I can finish the mission, I can get to level 27.
Hold up, wait a second, Mr. Postman. Hey. I knew we were gonna spawn at the front. Oh my, I just ran right in front of Habana's bullets, and I didn't die.
Not even Habana, that was Sophia.
Oh yeah, oh wait, that was you, so it was Sophia, okay, never mind. Shoot, When your life flashes before your eyes. Oh, I forgot there was a frost.
Jonathan, help. Jonathan, help. Jonathan, help.
Okay. Look, let me get him. Did you get him?
No, I didn't get him. He's upstairs.
He's right here. I got him.
I'm
okay,
just about to withstand. Oh, get me.
No,
withstand time.
No!
Leaving the safe area.
Patrick, this is what happens when I try to help you. Oh, dude, they're all on the stairs. Dude, go in. They're all on the stairs. Dude, look at the stair thing. Look at the stair thing. They're gonna be coming from there. Hide a little bit behind me.
You got a dog, simple. All over my Skrilla. The jungle with the lions and gorilla.
When you switch to somebody and they automatically just get murked. Get the cam. He's spotting Monty like it's booty. Okay, they're just right there. Nope, behind you, Monty, behind you. Oh, your shield. Okay. Good job. You were an idiot, Monty. Yep, he left. Making Monty leave. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Hold up, wait a second, Mr. Postman. You know who I be naming. Something to mirror.
I can't believe
I'm not losing.
me and my feelings. The hell I was like, man, I
It is getting spawn trapped.
Not Patrick, please. Thank you.
No, you nigga mad now. You know my name now. She call me dad now. She call me dad now. Last now. And why? Not be 10. Dude, what? Jonathan, I mean, Mir, are you?
Oh, because I used to be a Mira main, so you said Jonathan. What? That is the most useless Mira I've seen in my entire life.
I know, and then this thing right here is right here, so all you gotta do is shoot
not true.
That's like the most not needed door I've ever seen in my entire life.
So are you saying you're a better Mira than that person?
Yes. I'm gonna check his level just to make sure.
This kid is retarded. He's retarded.
Who, the Mira?
Yes, look at this. Come look at this. Come look at this now. Come here now. Come here now.
Or did he put a mirror there? Did he put a mirror there?
Look.
Oh,
you can't even see the window.
Michael, I'm gonna send you this screenshot.
No.
You go in.
You can't even look at the window to window peek it.
Don't send me a screenshot.
Screenshot of these nuts. Oh, that's open.
Oh.
He can die.
This is impossible.
That's just how it is.
Just die. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream here actually now. And hop on Siege, and I'll be back a little bit later to finish the stream. And hopefully get to level 30 in that stream. And thank you for watching. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for Thank you for watching. Thank you. What in the? Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.